Thank you for joining me today.
Hey, Jack, thanks for having me.
Not a problem at all. Just before we dive in, I wanted to get a bit of an understanding about who Landró is outside of work.
Good question. Where to start? Well, in my free time, I like watching sports like rugby, cricket, tennis, and motorsport. I have a big passion for recycling and usage of renewable energies. I believe, human beings are throwing away and wasting too much things that could be recycled in an environment-friendly manner. Maybe one day when I retire, I would like, to go full time in a recycling business or, maybe even setting up one myself. The same goes for renewable energies. If you think about it, solar, wind, and usage of environment friendly, sustainable biofuels are very important these days. And if I can play a role in these areas, it would be a big tick mark on one of my big passions in life.
Wow, yeah. So I can definitely relate to the love of sports as well. That's something that's certainly close to my heart. And I completely agree with where you're coming from in terms of the renewable side of things as well. I've actually got a 3-year-old daughter, and since having her, I've certainly noticed that I'm a bit more conscious of such issues because obviously we don't have a planet B, and we've got to create the best future we possibly can for the next generations.
Yeah, no, I'm glad to hear that, Jack. We certainly need to set good examples for the next generations. Definitely, I agree.
Agreed, definitely. So just tell me a bit about your career journey. How did it all start?
Well, before I joined the CRO industry, I majored in information technology, mostly in programming, and my professional career started as an application developer, 2 different companies. I then joined the CRO industry in around 2005 as a clinical data programmer in data management, with a number of graduate team members at the time.
Well, okay. And how did you find that transition into the clinical research industry?
Well, I loved it. I mean, since day one, I was always seen as the more older and senior guy in the team, and I was assigned, as a lead programmer from day one. From my very first study, I was assigned to. I've never been anything else as a lead programmer, to be honest,
Mm.
in the CRO industry. Then I think it was around in 2013, I moved to the biostatistical department as a biostats programmer, first as a STTM programmer, and then later moved to biostatistical analysis programming. That was at another CRO. I subsequently moved back to the company that, where everything started due to the career advancement opportunity at the time.
Okay, cool. And your career journey is certainly an inspiring one, I think, for sort of budding programmers coming into the industry. Is definitely a great example of how skills like programming can be transferable across different industries. How long have you been with Icon now?
Well, I'm privileged to be with Icon, I must say. I'm almost 5 years now with Icon. And, I got my first line management opportunity at Icon in January 2018. And I've enjoyed working with a team of highly skilled and professional team of statistical programmers. In particular, I enjoy playing a role in developing their skills and career here at Icon. I love it.
Brilliant. And what would you say is the element that you enjoy most about managing the team?
Well, I must say, I love to see my team's careers flourish, not only in terms of career advancement, but also in terms of each team member skill set development year on year, basically. And, noticing that from them is a real inspiration for me.
And how would you say your own personal experience has been with Icon? I guess the question would be, what keeps you here?
Well, Jack, I like the culture and values, and that people's career growth and development, is really important for Icon's leadership. I must say that's something that stands out for me. Another thing, maybe as a father of 2 children, work-life balance is also important. And here at Icon, this is an area where we encourage each other to take enough time, not only to look after ourselves, but our families and our loved ones as well.
Definitely. I completely agree with you there. I know that from past experiences, offering a good work-life balance is kind of the norm on a job advert, but it isn't always the actual reality. I've had similar experiences, and I know that my colleagues and myself, we feel the same. We're kind of really encouraged to take time and look after ourselves, whether it's big stuff like hospital appointments or just going to the gym or getting a haircut. It's kind of that flexibility that really does sort of provide a lot of value back to the employees of Icon.
Yeah, well, we're lucky to be here, Jack. Job satisfaction is half the battle in life.
Very true indeed. Well, thank you, Landró, so much for your time. It was great catching up and learning some new facts about you.
It's my pleasure, Jack, anytime.